Grand Rising Capricorn, how are you today? It's time for your 12-day forecast, and I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at what the stones have for us today, Capricorn. My name's Moriah. Thank you so much for your view. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone that comes in to view me. But let's take a look at what's going on in Capricorn's world today, shall we? What is the current energy for Capricorn? What do they need to know? Anything else you'd like to tell them? Anything else you'd like to tell the Capricorn collective? All right, we got 3 little meditation cards for you, some little ways around things. So we've got the Temple, which is the wisdom within, quiet and external noise. Spirit's asking you to go within. To get quiet. You'll hear the messages better if you're in silence. Really, seriously, it works. And I know how hard it is to be in silence. I mean, come on. It's really hard to quieten. It just is. It just is. We have so much chaos and so much noise going on around us that it's really hard to shut off our brains, to shut the voices off in our heads. So don't shut them off. Just get quiet, pay attention to the noise going on in your head, and eventually it will stop, right? You know, if you just observe, if you can put yourself in the place of the observer, Capricorn, and just observe the thoughts, not act on them, not entertain them too awful much, because if we entertain them, then we get stuck in that loop, right? So we want to just be able to observe those thoughts, let them come in, let them go, you know, and just get in a spot where you can get a little quiet, Capricorn. Lay it on the altar, hand it over, soften, surrender, and forgive. That goes along with this. So if you've got a thought that's rolling around in your head that you just can't let go, give it to Spirit and be like, hey, help me work through this, right? Lay it on the altar, you know. If you have someone in your life that you just need to forgive, you know, including yourself, choose to do that. You know, forgiveness might not happen right away, but if you make the choice to do that, it can flow into you. That peace and serenity of forgiveness can flow into you, but you need to make the choice to forgive, you know, especially ourselves, you know, that our inner self. If we can learn to forgive ourselves, then forgiving others just happens. And for me, it happens in the moment now. You know, I just can't hold on to anything that makes me feel icky. I just can't. I have to work through it, and I have to do it right away, and I have to choose to forgive right away, and I have to just lay it on the altar and give it to Spirit and be like, here, you can have that now. I don't want it. It's not mine. I don't want it. You know? But it's because I practice it and practice it and practice it and practice it. I do it over and over and over again, you know, because that's how we learn, right? And it's how we learn to forgive is by actually choosing to forgive and then allowing that forgiveness to come in so we can feel what it feels like to be in a state of forgiveness, to be in a state of, I forgive myself for all the stupid shit I did, you know, or I forgive you, you were acting like a human, you know. I don't believe in sin, okay? I believe that we are all human and we make mistakes. It's how we learn, it's how we grow. Sometimes those mistakes affect other people, you know, and they get hurt because they're also human, right? And how they receive things may not be very, you know, may not be healthy. So we have to keep them in consideration too. And then I have the Guardian Stone, which is awakening, progress, and initiation. And Capricorn, I can see that some of you are waking up to truths that maybe have been skirting around the edges of your mind, you know, and so that's why Spirit is saying, hey, get quiet, give it to me, whatever it is that you're struggling with, give it to me, because you're starting to awaken and we need to work through this stuff before we can get to that awakening process, you know. And as we awaken, we learn that, hey, there's more and more layers to this awakening process that we're going to learn more and more and more and more and more. So we're going to have little, you know, awakening is a process. It is not a one and done thing. Okay, you're going to peel the first layer off, fix the first layer of yourself, and then the next layer comes up, and then the next layer comes up, Capricorn. It's just how it works. It really is. You know, it's a process. It's a lifelong adventure of awakening, you know, in order to get ourselves in alignment with who we are meant to be, in order to remember who we were, who we are, who we truly are, how we came here, you know, to this place, to this time, to this planet, right? And then we awaken more and more and more, and we get more and more learning. And there will be some things in the spiritual community that you'll really resonate with. You'll resonate with it for about a year, and then you're going to go, I no longer resonate with that. That's no longer my truth. I've grown beyond that. I need to do something else. And then you fools journey it all over again. It's like you get from the fool to the world on this section of your life, and then you get from the fool to the world on this section of your life, and then you get from the fool to the world on this section of your life, and all the steps in between, right? And each layer takes you a little bit deeper into yourself, a little bit more centralized into yourself, because when you heal the self, you heal the collective, not literally, energetically. Okay? So as each of us takes the responsibility to heal ourselves, our mindset changes. And when our mindset changes, we become more forgiving. We become more loving. We become more of who we are meant to become, Capricorn. And I see that. I see that here for you. So I'm going to get a little bit more information around each of these cards with the tarot. Let's see where Spirit's actually going with the Temple. So what can you tell me about the Temple when it comes to Capricorn energy right now? What's going on with the Temple? Yeah, okay. So I pulled the Two of Cups. So this is about, for some of you, it may be about a relationship with someone else, but for me, it's the relationship with the self, the higher self and the lower self coming into union. You know, getting married, marrying your masculine and feminine sides, marrying your higher and lower self, you know, coming into union with who you truly are and who you are meant to become. But it can be somebody else. If you're focused on your relationships right now with other people, this can be about that as well, the wisdom within and how to quieten the external noise. But I'm really seeing that's more of the balancing act that we do, because we're balancing. I mean, we got the scales, we got justice here, scales of justice. It's right to do this. It's right to take the time. It's all right to take the time to do for you what you need to do for you. It will help balance everything out if you just take the time to go within and quiet the noise. Because you're the emperor right now. Okay? And the emperor, when he's in his highest vibration, rules with love, rules from the heart, is highly intuitive, knows which move to make, when to make it. And he's that because he's gotten inside himself and quieted the external noise. He knows how to listen to wise counsel. He knows how to listen, you know, he sees his own higher self as wise counsel, but the higher selves of the people around him. He accepts wise counsel, but it's because he quietens and goes internal instead of external. He doesn't expect anybody else to do the work for him. He just does the work. So that's what we got around the Temple. And I love that for us. That's great. All right, let's see what's going on with Lay It on the Altar. So if there's something, Capricorn, that you need to forgive and surrender, let's talk about it right now, okay? And it may be something within yourself, and it may be something completely external from you. Let's just take a look. And Capricorn, if I do go into a coughing fit, I'll try to pause the video. Dealing with my allergies a little bit. Dealing with my allergies just a little bit. Kind of tickling in my throat here. Lay it on the altar, hand it over, soften, surrender, and forgive. What can you tell me about that? Spirit for Capricorn. Okay. So we have the Tower. So an enlightenment, a light bulb moment, a event that's going to wake you up to something that you need to forgive, something that you need to surrender. And if you do so, you're going to get a wish fulfillment, because Spirit is saying, you know, we know how hard it is to go within. So this 9 of Cups is an emotional fulfillment. Okay. So learning to surrender and forgive helps fill us up emotionally, right? Helps bring in that love to our heart space, and therefore that radiates up and down. Okay? And you may need to hangman. You may need to sit and wait in that quiet space that you've learned to make, Capricorn. You may have to just hold on, because the higher perspective will come in. You know, if you just let the Tower happen, let the illumination happen, and then sit with it in that quiet space, you're going to get your answer, and you're going to know that you need to nurture this new start. Okay? Because when we surrender and forgive, when we let go of whatever it is that's harming us, when we let it go, new things come in. And we then have the time to nurture that new thing and build it up and make it beautiful. Oh, Capricorn, this is great. I mean, I don't see the Tower as negative at all. I think it's just an enlightenment of the self, because you've taken the time to go within, and you're going to get a wish fulfilled and a new start and new perspectives on things. That's great. Okay, let's take a look at the gardening stone. Awakening, progress, and initiation. So yeah, we see the new with the Ace of Pentacles. So something new is coming in. So Spirit, what's this awakening and progress and initiation? What is that for Capricorn? What is this for Capricorn, Spirit? Okay, I'm seeing new passion, new desire, new intuitions. Wow, Spirit. Victory and success. All right, so I'm getting a better picture here. Someone's had their heart broken several times. 3, maybe more. This is the 3 of Swords. Swords are air, communication. So, you know, you may be feeling like, I can't do this again. 3 strikes and you're out, you know. And that's, you know, maybe where you're sitting. But that's not where you're sitting. Not at all. I think we're healing from that. I think that's what this whole thing is about. That we are learning to forgive. We're learning to quieten the noise. We're learning to forgive this so that we can heal this 3 of Swords, right? So that we can awaken to the new truth that we are really the King of Wands. That we have the passion and the desire to lead with strength and love and quickly, you know, and whatever needs to be done, you know, quickly after we've taken the time to see what it is we need to see. And then we have the Chariot, which is success and victory, moving forward, plowing forward, right? Going in one direction forward instead of, and in the present moment, going forward, you know, to head into the future, but enjoying the ride along the way, enjoying the sights, the smells, the people we meet, the places we'll go, right? And success and victory in the end. Oh, Capricorn. What a great reading for you today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And I'll see you again in 12 days, you beautiful souls.